Alrighty then, got a gloomy, overcast day at the Marshmallows. The little pirate flag's blowing. Yesterday was identical to this, but sadly we got no rain, which we really need. So, tide's coming in, too windy to kayak, so I'm going to, of course, cook something. So thanks to Pecan Corner's tutorial teaching me how to make a great pie crust, I have a great pie crust. So I'm going to start making the guts for my chicken pot pie. Last time when I made a video, I used my layered chicken soup and it turned out great. So this time I'm going to use my dehydrated goods. Of course, I'm going to do some onion. I'm going to have some celery that I'll saute in a little bit of butter. I just freeze celery in half cups, and then the onion I'll chop. I'm going to use some of my canned chicken breast from 2014. And I love to take frozen mixed vegetables and dehydrate them and then store them in this little mayonnaise jar and just keep adding to them. And I'm going to use that for my peas and my carrots. But I don't have any potatoes in there. So I'm going to open one of my dehydrated diced taters. This was a 5-pound bag in 2013, but in March of 15 I used half for tater casserole. So then I'm going to use my own chicken broth. This is one from March of 2014. And a little seasoning blend. I love poultry seasoning, so I've got poultry seasoning, garlic powder, tarragon is fantastic in there. And then I've got some lemon pepper and some black pepper. And then I can adjust the flavors as I need them. My chicken breast that we get on sale, there is no seasoning in there. It was just raw packed. It makes its own chicken broth. And then I'll probably need to add some milk to thicken it up, but I'll see as I go along. But it's just something else, a very filling meal that I can make from food storage. And when you can get stuff on sale and can it, or dehydrate it, or freeze it, and turn it into a meal, that's a huge savings. And I love a knockout chicken pot pie. And thanks to Tina at Pecan Corner, I can actually make a pie crust now, because my pie crust was so raggedy, it was pitiful. It was better to buy the Pillsbury frozen. And I may end up adding a toxic can of Campbell's chicken, cream of chicken, because I love that stuff, but I know it'll kill you. But anyway, maybe I won't have to do it. We'll see what happens. Nobody knows. So here we go with chicken pot pie from Home Food Storage. Saving $1 is what I do. So I defrosted my frozen celery. It's just half a cup. Chopped up a small onion, and now I'm going to get that sauteing in a knob, little knob of butter. I don't country crock. I don't non-butter. I like butter. I like butter. I like butter. And I just put a little oil in it. So I'm going to get these sauteing and then see what the heck happens next. Anything could happen. Ooh, and let me tell you about my new most favorite thing. Olive wood sweet little spatula. Because I'm married to a man who used to just grill, and the man can grill and cook. He began to cook things inside and began to make endless amounts of hummus, to which he used my proper lovely old wooden spoon in the freaking blender and knocked out a chip. These things I keep mineral oiled. I treat my wooden spoons with mad respect. So he breaks 2 of them and replaces them with this. What is this, Luan? That is not a spoon, people. So I went on Amazon and discovered olive wood. You don't have to mineral oil it. It is all that in a bag of chips. So my next purchase, to repay myself for his rude damage, will be, of course, to purchase an olive wood chopping block. Oh yeah, so let me get my butter and celery in here. I got things to do. Alrighty then. Oh goodness, my little drunk tripod spreading his feet around. So I'm going to add a half a cup of flour to this. And then I need to stir, stir, stir. My onion and celery is not completely translucent, but they're also not too crunchy, but they have a little bit of crunch to them. So now I'm going to get some of my chicken broth in here. This is not hard to do. Just cooking, people. And it's a pot pie. It really can't be messed up unless you have a disaster like I had back in the day when I was trying to make a pie crust, okay? So I can't bake things, and maybe my mind thinks that is, woo, baking. I don't know. But anyway, I got it down now. So I'm going to get this whisked in. Again, it's not hard, and I'm still going to do some milk in here, but I'm going to give it a minute, okay? So let's see what happens. So I got my half a cup of milk in here. I've turned my temperature down to low, and at this point I choose to add my spices. And I've rehydrated my, frozen vegetables and my potato dices. I don't know if you have to, because it would rehydrate in here, but I'm just used to doing it. So I'll get this incorporated, and then we'll do some flavor checking and get our other items in here after this thickens up. So looking good so far. Chicken pot pie, it ain't hard. So I ended up adding a little more than a 1/4 cup milk more. It was getting too thick too fast. I don't use half and half. I don't use cream, trying to make this affordable and something that I'll have on hand, because I could do this with powdered milk, of course. So I'm going to let this get a little thicker, but the flavor is fantastic. You can absolutely taste the tarragon, but it's not overwhelming. And there's some lemon pepper in there. It's very, very good. Looking good so far, and it ain't even hard. If I can do it, you can do it. Because I only used 1 pint of my chicken broth, I'm going to add the liquid that's in my canned chicken in here. Because remember, I just raw pack that, and it makes its own juice. And oh my goodness, it is so tender. It comes out like a big lump of dog food, but yummy. So yummy. I like it. So I'm going to turn this between low and medium because I added that chicken broth that was in my home canned chicken. I'm going to let this sit here, get very hot, come to a boil, and thicken up a little bit. And then I'll add the other things to it. And it's chicken pot pie. It is not hard. It's very inexpensive, considering I got chicken breast on sale, dehydrated frozen vegetables on sale some time ago, and then you just accumulate those. And it's also very filling and satisfying. So you can feed a large crowd if you want to. So let me let this sit around here, and then I'll come back when I fold in and see if I did enough. Dehydrating is tough for me because you're like, is that enough diced tomatoes? Is it too many potatoes? Potato, as Tommy says. Anywho, did I put enough of the dehydrated vegetables in it? But I'll see once I incorporate it in here and it starts to get fatter, fluffier, puffed up, rehydrated even. Alrighty then, the flavor's fantastic. It's thickened how I think I like it. I'm not some pot pie guru. So let's see how many vegetables we might put in here. Get a bigger spoon. Alright. The only thing you could do at this point is burn it, so you just don't leave it. I don't walk away when I'm canning or cooking. Stay with your food. That way you also don't burn your house down, which is never a good thing. Yep, per usual, I got too many vegetables, but rehydrating corn fuzzles me. Too much, too little. Let's do a little more with that. Ooh, and there are lima beans and some string beans. Oh, the string beans are mine. Alright. Okay, so now I need to get my pot pie together. Ooh, and I'm impressed I didn't have to add a can of toxic Campbell's cream of chicken. So I had a real moment here. Okay, so I'm going to get my pie crust rolled out. And then I'll come back and show you. All I do is pour it in and bake it. I told you, it ain't hard. Alrighty then, there's my little crust. And please recollect, I did not say it would be pretty. This is not the Pretty Food channel. Okay, this is Mouse Toes, redneck food prepping. Don't care what it looks like, long as it tastes good and saves me $1. I didn't even try to make it pretty because I am not good at that. Okay, so we're going to pour our beautiful concoction, and then I will put my top crust on, and then it's going to be 350 in the oven. I'll put it on a pie sheet in case it tries to overflow. If I don't do that, it would. If I do it, it usually won't. I'll just eat the rest of this just for grits. Okay, so let me rassle, and I do mean rassle, my top pie crust on. I roll it out great. I'm just not good at getting half of it on my rolling pin, and then daintily, with some kind of grace and kitchen skill, getting it on the top. So I won't make you watch that because that is pitiful. Okay, be back in a few. Alrighty then, I wrestled, and I mean wrestled, the top on, okay? Ain't pretty, but it works. All I'm doing is putting some melted butter on it, not country crap, butter. I don't really get the egg wash thing you do on there, so I don't do things I don't really understand. Okay. Remember how I said preheat your oven to 350? Yeah, I forgot. So I have to get that going. It ain't hard, just turn on the oven. Okay. So there is my chicken pot pie from food storage, and we'll see how it looks when it comes out. And I hope you can see that because my tripod is spreading its little drunk legs all around. And I spilled milk on the floor, flour on the floor. I was a hot mess today. We'll see how this goes. I'll be back. Alrighty then, I did 40 minutes at 350, and let's see what it looks like. I always hate getting the first piece out just like a pie. I've tasted the edge of my crust, and it was quite good. Alrighty, get a small piece. And like I said, getting the first piece out is just like getting the first piece of a pie out for me. Because I lack grace, of course. Oh! Oh, I'm liking the look. It's a taste it. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Look at my little crust. Okay, I'm going to taste it, and then I'll have Vern taste it. Oh my God, it's hot. Oh, it's so hot. It's been sitting up there for 30 minutes, too. My goodness. Okay. I say this is kicking. That is a beautiful freaking thing. So now I have two ways to make chicken pot pie. From my layered chicken soup, or like this from food storage. Let me get Vern to try it. Okay, Vern's going to give it a try. Take a look at it and you can see kind of what's in it. Put your glasses on. It's pretty, ain't it?
Yeah. I like it.
I think my crust rules. Tina, a pecan corner, taught me much. Can you recognize what the things are in it? Like peas, string beans.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look for a potato. Oh, that's a potato. Okay, what's your opinion before you eat any more?
Que rico.
Te gusta? You like it?
Sí, me gusta.
Okay, so it's better than the chicken soup layered, but the chicken soup layered in there was good also. So
this has got a lot of ingredients too.
Yep, and I see the potato. I was worried about the rehydrated potatoes.
Lima bean.
Yep. Okay, it's groovy then.
Yes, maravillosa.
Maravillosa, marvelous. He likes it. Okie dokie, another keeper one. And thank you, Tina at Pecan Corner, for finally teaching me how to make a dang pie crust. It became rocket science. And he opens the ice tray when he knows I'm doing a video. That's okay, he's a man. Alrighty then, in summary, it's fantastic. And the potatoes, the little diced potatoes I had dehydrated, rehydrated in this lovely. Good flavor, good firmness, you know, not hard. And so did the frozen vegetables that I had dehydrated. Remember, in college, this was a big thing to eat, and we'd serve it on rice because the inside of a pot pie, like my husband said, was pretty much filler, so we'd serve it on rice. So I'm glad I didn't put in the toxic can of cream of chicken soup, because this is a meal by itself. So another keeper. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. And keep it weird, people. Life is short. Keep it weird.